Oh shit, look at this. Cool as that. What's up, YouTube guys? So got a pretty special episode for you guys today. As I mentioned with the conversation that we had last episode, remember I mentioned Petrolwerks. Petrolwerks is the shop that I told you guys that I'm gonna do, that I'm gonna go with to do the LS swap. So I wanted to take you guys over there, check it out, check out the shop, check out Mo. Also, I don't think his Supra's there. I told you guys about his 6 Supra, so I might have to just add that in the description. But I just want you guys are gonna see all the sick builds that's going on in the shop. Get a little flow of the shop, see what's going on over there. Right now it's 5:45 in the evening. New York times right now, it gets dark by like 5 o'clock because we're in the winter season. So it's already like nighttime over here. But Mo was still kind enough to let me come over there and, sit down and have a talk with him and show you guys the shop. But yes, it's going to be good. So I'm about to head over there now so you guys get to come and, check it out with me and see what's it about. All right, guys, so I just pulled up. We're outside of Petrolwerks. It's a lot of the sick cars that's out here. But I want to show you the stuff that's inside. I know it's dark. My apologies. My baby in the cut. Bad boy here. All right, let's head on the side. Let's go meet Mo. Mo, how's it going, man?
How you doing? How's everything going?
I'm pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm alright.
So, as I mentioned to you guys, my last time here, I spoke to Mo about doing the LS swap. That was my first time actually meeting Mo. But you've done, like years ago, you had like meets and stuff here, right?
That's correct.
Because I remember coming to meets back in the day when,
Yeah.
And it used to be like crazy. It was like a parade of cars out here.
Yeah.
So
the town didn't like it much, and they had like a safety issue with the amount of cars that showed up.
Yeah.
So we had permits for the meet, but then they revoked our permits and said we can't house this many cars.
Really?
So they shut that down.
Yo, like it used to be like a zoo of cars out here, like sick cars.
If you look it up, you go look up March Madness at Petrolwerks, you'll see it.
So how long have the shop?
10 years.
10 years?
October.
Yeah. So what made you decide to get into doing this stuff?
Passion. Love what it. I love to be around these type of cars.
Yeah. This is.
And I made a business out of it.
So people know you for your Supra, right? Mm-hmm. Was your Supra like your biggest build that you've done, like your top build, or like do you have other cars that people probably don't even know about?
So my personal car that I push personally is my Supra because that's the car that I love.
Yeah.
You know, we've done many different types of builds through the years. We've touched a lot of unique, very rare cars. We've done a Renault Turbo 5. Not many people can see that. We've done GT40s.
Nice.
You know, a bunch of Lamborghinis. But the things that stick out to me are like the custom projects.
Yes.
You know, you can work on like a McLaren, for example, and put bolt-ons on it. Beautiful cars. Nothing wrong with this. They're amazing. But like something like this has so much more.
It's more unique. Like it's yes.
You know, like doing swaps, but a Supra is a Supra. It's got like a, you know, a certain formula that most people follow and expect.
Yeah, and you know what it is too. A Supra, as far as like in the tuner world, it's like a very staple, iconic car.
Yes,
you know, like everybody knows a Supra. Like even from how young to how old, they respect and know a Supra. And if you see one, you're like, still to this day, you're like, oh shit, it's a Supra. You know, so. That's cool, man. And how much, you know, for the fans at home, how much power are you pushing out of your Supra?
1300.
13.
That's actually it's like public knowledge at this point.
Yo, and he said that like that was nothing. 1300, just 1300. That's
no,
cool.
I spent many years with my car, so I perfected like driving it.
Yes,
I know how to handle the car.
Yes, and I've seen like even like the thing with Matt, when you went out to, where was it, like with Matt Farah and...
Oh, right, Sorted or Not out in Florida.
Yes.
So they had Tanner Fouts drive my car.
Yeah.
And that's the first time, like, I've never actually really showed how crazy it is to drive my car. I've had videos from outside the car, I have 1320 video the car, I've had like many different people video the car and like race motive events at Pocono Raceway.
Yeah.
So, you know, you always see the car, seems effortless, it's fast. But like the first time ever, like the public got to see how hard it is from the inside and like what actually goes on, because Tanner Fouts documented that.
And he's a professional driver. Exactly.
It's a handful.
And it seemed like he loved the car.
Yeah.
He loved the car.
He definitely does.
Yo, guys, you got to go home and watch this. Like, I'll tag the YouTube. It's on YouTube, right? So I'll tag the link to that series on YouTube, so they could see when he drove your Supra. And he loved, Tanner Fouts loved the Supra. Everybody there loved the Supra, and they were just shocked at how much power and how crazy that car was.
If you want to lower the pressures or something, it pretty much smoked all the way up to 120 miles an hour in third gear.
The Supra is ridiculous. And I've watched countless videos of these Supras doing pulls on the highway and stuff like that. I never thought that it even hooked up. Like second gear, I kind of pedaled a little second gear, shift to third, and maybe he could have shifted a little quicker. I didn't want to damage the gearbox. But then it felt like it was just slipping the clutch or something. But it was actually moving, so it's like, oh my gosh, okay, this is wheel spin. Rode that out, went to fourth gear, still slip. And when I thought that it may have had a mechanical issue, I came back around and there were black lines going all the way down the straightaway, and I think it spun up to 120 miles an hour. Yeah, it feels like suicide, to be honest with you. Fourth gear feels like suicide.
So it's cool, man. I think that's like, I think that's almost every car guy's dream, is to have like somebody well known, like a professional driver, like a Tanner Fouts, or even a Matt Farah, to like.
Matt Farah made a whole podcast on my
Exactly, I saw the podcast. Yes.
It was good. They praised the car a lot. When we went out in Florida, they wanted street cars. I didn't know what kind of event I was going into. They didn't really tell me. I went on my drag setup.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna be doing like road course. They said we need a fast Supra. I said I'm there.
And then, that's cool, man.
But like the car had air conditioning, full interior.
Yes.
Very well driving mannerisms. So if you drive that car, you won't know it has 1300 horsepower until you want to use it.
Yeah, and like and I think that's the biggest thing when you are heavily into modifying cars. You do it for yourself first of all, but I think the biggest thing is when when everybody else remembers the car and it's an iconic car. Yeah. And especially when people who are well known, like Tanner Fouts, or whoever gets to drive the car, gets to see the car, and then they love the car. And that's a huge thing.
He said one thing which was kind of shocking. He said he got out of my car after he drove it, and he said, "This is the fastest car I've driven." And then Emilia asked him today, because he had driven the Viper before my car, And he said, no, ever, to date.
That's crazy.
And I was like, wow.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So I gotta, now it's like I gotta show the shop off. I gotta show everybody at home what the shop, you know. And if you could show me some of the builds that you're working on, you don't have to show me go too crazy, you know, whatever cars that you feel comfortable showing.
I'll show you this one since it's right here.
Okay.
Right? This is a MK4 Supra, since we've been talking about Supra.
Yes.
Now this build goes from like start to finish. Just overall, as you can see, it's got upgraded brakes. It's got custom wheels that are all functional. It's got a tire on the car because this car makes over 1,000 horsepower.
Wow.
The interior is custom. Everything is done right.
Wow.
As you can see from the seats, I'm gonna pop the hood over again.
Yes. But this is where your hands.
And this is everything that we've built from scratch.
Look
all
how
the
clean that is.
fabrication and all the work that you see here is done in-house.
Wow.
So everything was done very mindfully, all purpose built.
Wow.
And it's all functional, which
Yes.
is the best part of this. This car can be a daily driver and very easy to clean. A normal engine bay on these cars, you know, there's a lot of stuff here from the factory. We deleted all of that.
Yes.
We got rid of the fuse box as well. We put it underside, but it's all functional because you don't want to run into a problem where you have an electrical issue in here.
Yes.
You have to dig really deep to get into a fuse box. The fuse box is actually weatherproofed and on the underside of this. So
wow.
It's functional. Everything is good. These are new injector dynamic fuel filters.
You made this yourself?
No,
Oh,
this
okay.
is a part, but I'm just saying the way we mounted it and utilized it, so it's very simple and easy to get to.
Sick.
So these are just like minor touches, and there's a lot of stuff that's like attention to detail on this car.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff that we like to do.
Yeah, because if anybody knows your shop, they know that like you're well known for like the custom fabrication work, and
Come check this out.
yeah. Guys, you gotta see the fab. This
We
is
do a lot of fabrication. All the fabrication that we do is in-house. Over here is just an example of a exhaust manifold that we're making
look at
for
that.
BMW.
So what is
So
this?
now this is still not the finished product.
Yep.
It's close to it. We're gonna add the wastegate on it.
Gotcha.
But as you can see, we create everything. We make the collectors from scratch. We do everything in-house, and like this is like a process over here.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
an S55 manifold. This is for the BMW M3s and M4s.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And over here, we're creating a single turbo kit. These usually come twin.
Yes, yes.
So these cars sound phenomenal with this setup. They sound like a 2JZ.
So sick because like you'll mock it up. I can see it here, and then, you know. But if you saw in the other one, the welds are beautiful.
Yeah, so
They're clean.
this obviously
Yes.
we use it for mock-up purposes, so we can do, you know.
Yeah.
But we're very capable of building really cool things. I'll show you, as far as I was telling you about unique
look at
cars,
this.
let me show you something
Yeah.
unique over here. This here is a 51 Chevy. And this twin turbo setup, intercooler setup, exhaust setup, everything was done custom in-house. We designed the truck. So the turbos are supposed to stick out of the grill.
Wow.
Because you have the turbos out of the grill, radiators in the trunk, Baja style.
I was just about to ask you, where's the cooling? How did you run the cooling?
Come under here. As you can see, we did the entire exhaust setup. These lines are the coolant lines. They
Oh,
come
wow,
up,
yeah.
and then they go into the
The radiator
radiators.
right here.
It's fed through the trunk. The exhaust actually exits out the side step.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that's insane.
Really cool setup.
That is insane. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Is there a horsepower number that this customer is looking to achieve
1,000 plus, everything here.
out of LS? And now you guys understand why I'm considering doing the LS swap. Oh man.
This is actually a 5.3 iron block.
Yeah.
I know you've like heard many things when they're easy to boost and they're
Yeah.
good. You know, I know you mentioned that you want to go with aluminum.
Yeah.
I like that choice on your car
Okay.
because of the The weight.
The weight, yes.
You know, you don't want to add that much weight.
Would you recommend the iron block instead?
Well, it all depends on your end goal and what you wish to accomplish.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
I think you'll be fine because you want to keep it NA.
yes, I want to keep it NA. I mean, unless I get the bug and I'm like, oh, I gotta get some more power. But I think that car is gonna be plenty, like crazy enough with
the power
just
to weight ratio is going to be great.
exactly, yeah.
And the way the car puts down the power, you're going to have very little drivetrain loss.
Yes.
So I think you're going to enjoy that.
Yes. And I think that's my fear is getting into a point where, like, you know, a lot of people, they just want horsepower.
Right.
But then it gets to a point where sometimes you have so much horsepower that you can't even enjoy the car because you can't even drive it.
Right.
You know? So to me, I might, you know, you asked me before, is this a car that I might even decide to track or something like that? And I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to track it, but I'm pretty sure I might touch the track a few times just to see how the car runs. So to me, I wanted to be able to run a track like a corner, you know, stuff like that, and still enjoy the car and not feel like it's too insane for me to get into it, you know?
Got it.
I think people at home are pretty convinced already, just seeing the stuff that you got here, and even, you know, it speaks for itself, you know? So I think some people, because in my last episode, I spoke about the LS swap. Me doing the LS swap. And you know, you're going to get mixed responses from that. You're going to get people who are totally understandable. They're like, yeah, you should do it. And then there's people who are kind of on a pure, I don't want to say on a pure side because the pure side is a different aspect, but there's some people that feel like, you know, you're like, I'm taking away from the Porsche experience by doing that. So what is your take on me doing the LS swap?
My take on it, once again, is in regards to what your goal is with the car.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain cars that I own in my collection that I just leave alone. I don't even touch it because the car itself and what it does for me is enough. It's not about horsepower. It's not about anything else. It's about a car. You know, being a car guy, there's many different reasons why certain people choose a certain car. You know, we all have our reasons. So with that being said, I cannot tell you what it would be, but I would definitely drive an LS swap Porsche.
Nice. I think that was a very good political way of saying yes, you would. Yeah. So I'm very excited about doing it. I think the selling point for me when we spoke about it was, you know, yes, there's kits out there, and yes, it's been done before, but I think what really matters to me is if something is missing, like a key component is missing or whatever from when you're doing the swap, that you guys are more than capable of filling that gap with the fabrication work that you do here.
That's correct.
Because that's, to me, I think that's one of probably the biggest, I don't want to say the biggest, but I think that's one of the key issues that a lot of people have when it comes to.
So whenever you take on a big job, there's one thing, you can open a catalog, buy a part, and install it. Then there's cars like yours that you can't just open a catalog and build.
Right.
You have to have experience. You have to know what you're doing.
Right.
And you have to apply that into the project.
And I also think it would be sick.
And you have to care.
Yes.
You have to want to do something in order to produce a good result.
Yeah.
And the reason why we have so many cars is because we love what we do, and it shows in our work, and our customers love driving their cars, and it just brings in more work.
I'm excited, man. And this is a very awesome shop, you know. And I think, I'm confident. I'm very confident.
All right.
So, Mo, thank you for your time.
No problem.
Appreciate everything.
All right, bro. We'll see you soon.
Yes.